Hello, Just Too Good here, back for the review, and today we're reviewing our first LEGO Summer 2015 set. It's the LEGO City Space Starter set. It has 4 minifigures, 107 pieces, and it retails for $10 in the United States. I got this at Toys R Us, and now let's take a look at the minifigures. Alright, so here's the first minifigure. It's a female scientist, and this minifigure actually comes identical in one other set, which is a big spaceport set from this wave. But besides that, I mean, that set's $110 more than this set. So it's a very cool move to kind of include her in this set for people who don't want to fork over that much money. She has some great printing, especially on her face. I love that face print, which was introduced in 2013, but this is the first time I'm getting it. And that torso print, which is new for this wave. No back printing on her face, however, but she does have a nice ponytail to cover up the back of her face. And some great back printing on the back of her torso, though. So here is the utility worker. His face print is the common Jang face. His torso print is a fairly new torso print. I like how that came out. It's not exclusive to this set. He does have a nice white hard hat, which is a little bit more uncommon, and a nice little wrench as an accessory, and also some back printing as well. Well, here's the first astronaut of the set. There's 2 astronauts all together, but this one actually has a different part of the other one because his helmet is less elaborate. Because what they do is they give you 2 of these little helmet pieces right here, but his doesn't have the attachment that the other one has, but instead he has this replacement hat right here, which is just an extra piece that is included in this set. So that's really cool. You can see his torso print's the new one for the spaceport line. Very cool on the back as well. Lots of nice shine to it. Face print's nothing new though, but this helmet piece, of course, you could just take off this hat piece and then put this on, and voila! I mean, the helmet piece fits on really well. It's actually made of 2 pieces. You got this whole kind of mold right here, and then once you push this off, there's actually a helmet that you could take off. This kind of visor right here, which is a little bit hard to take off, but there you go. So you can easily pop that off. Very nice kind of a shiny gold piece. Then you could see his face right there. So you could easily clip that back on if you'd like. And there you go. So that's it for this minifigure, and now on to the next. And here is the other astronaut. This one, like I said, doesn't give you an alternate headgear, unlike the last guy who had the hat. But this one has kind of a souped-out kind of a suit right here, which has attachments to the back, which is like a little light, a little jetpack propeller, which is kind of interesting how that came out. They kind of made this kind of brick-built attachment to hold on to. And he does have the same torso print as the other guy. A different face, though. And you can see just more of that kind of jetpack propeller where he kind of holds on to. And the same back printing as the last guy. But that's it for this one. And now let's get onto the build itself. So here are the 4 builds in this set. They're kind of unique. No unique pieces or anything, but there are some uncommon pieces. They're not really connected, but they're really just stuff to add to your space scenario. First, we'll take a look at this little rover right here, which is kind of a cool build. I like how that came out. Fairly simple. But I'd definitely say it's better than like the 2011 rover that they released for this kind of spaceport theme in City. It just uses this kind of 4-wheel design. Has some nice radar dish designs on the front and on the back with this little satellite dish, which you kind of rotate around because it's just kind of held on by this one clip. Just space for 1 minifigure. But the cool part is you could also put that extra helmet they give you for when that one guy's wearing the headgear. So you can put that, actually it fits on perfectly right there. And you just kind of sit this guy down. And there you go. I mean, he fits perfectly. It's all good at the end. And I like how it came out. So that's it for that little vehicle. Then you also got this little camera right here, which you kind of rotate around because it is on this little pole. Nothing too elaborate here. It's just on a 4x4 little plate. And then you have this little light area right here, which is attached to this pole. And then you have these 2 lights right here. Nothing too elaborate once again, but still pretty nice. And then the last part is this little testing facility, or this little testing kind of area, which I love how this came out. This is probably my favorite part or favorite build of the whole set. You have this little kind of computer design, which has some nice printing on the tile and on that little keyboard, which those 2 are old prints, but they're fairly uncommon, and I like getting them in this cheap set. Also, you get this other old print, which I'm surprised to see returned, which just kind of has these little technological kind of printing to that. Used a lot in the early days of Star Wars for LEGO. And also, we have these 2 little test tubes right here, or kind of testing containers or something like that, which is just a cool little design. And then you have this nice kind of rocky area, so you could kind of do these tests with this moon rover by just kind of pushing it up on this part right here. And kind of a rocky ride, but you could get through it, and that's really it. They use lots of nice little cheese slopes right here with some double cheese slopes and some single cheese slopes. And this nice little rock formation, which was used a lot in Ninjago earlier this year. But it's a nice little piece that kind of adds to just some flavor to this kind of testing part. Also, it's nice to get that little guardrail in white, which hasn't come in many sets before in that color. So that's it for all the builds. I mean, you got the Moon Rover, these two little platforms right here. And now let's go on to the final verdict of the set. Did I say final verdict? I meant the box. Here's the box, and very cool design on there. It says starter set. Love the background too. And it just shows the minifigures right there. Nothing too interesting on the instructions. There's actually an ad for some of the great vehicles and then the rest of the spaceport set. So that's it, and now let's go on to the final verdict. So overall, this set is a LEGO City starter set, and that's really all I have to say because it is a LEGO City starter set. And honestly, all 4 of the $10 LEGO City starter sets are all excellent sets. This is probably one of the better ones too. I really, really love this set. I have very, very minor flaws with it. For example, I wish there was just something that would make this set something that, you know, a little bit more exclusive because there's no really exclusive pieces in this set. However, there are some great kind of details that are builds that aren't really found in any of the other sets. Like, we don't really have a Moon Rover unless you count that one polybag set, or at least with this current wave, because we've gotten lots of Moon Rovers before with LEGO, but just on the market right now. And we don't really have this little testing kind of part right here in any of the other sets, and I like that. I like that it kind of gives this exclusive kind of build to it. Sure, there's no exclusive prints, and sure, there's nothing that's like amazing play feature or amazing build, but it serves its purpose as a starter set very, very well. And I also like the inclusion of some hard-to-find minifigures like this girl right here, who is a very well-done minifigure, and she only comes in one other set, which is a $120 set, which is $110 more than this set. So I rate this set an A. I don't have much complaints with it, but that's it for now, and I'll be reviewing more Summer 2015 sets today, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.